All right, hi. Hi. So my biggest issue with breaking into tech has been the application process. I've put out maybe hundreds of applications since last year or maybe 2 years. I have issues with getting any kind of callbacks, any kind of responses, and then maybe 2, 3 months later, it turns into rejections.
Hey, I'm Christy, and I'm here live at Triangle InfoSecon. And what you just heard is super common amongst people trying to get into cybersecurity. How do I get my resume even read, even through the door? There's hundreds of applications. CyberSeek says there's 500,000 open cybersecurity jobs, but why can't I find one? So breaking into cybersecurity is not truly entry level, right? In order to get into cybersecurity, you have to understand the technology in order to protect it. So what do you need to do to understand that technology? How do you have that resume already? Well, you find something in your area of interest and you work towards that. You study if you like servers and you want to do pen testing on servers, go be an admin on Linux boxes or Windows boxes or something like that, and then transition once you have that fundamental knowledge of that information. And you mentioned that uh, you were looking into getting into cybersecurity. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do and what your goals are as far as breaking into cybersecurity?
Hi, I'm a programming student at a local community college, and I have a non technical background. So for me, cybersecurity is a pretty new age field, it's advanced, it's at the frontier, and there isn't that much structured learning for actually working within cybersecurity at an enterprise level. So outside of college classes, there's 5,000 certs, 5,000 courses, 10 million YouTube videos, and it's pretty hard to niche down and find out what would actually be relevant for me, specifically within the job market, and getting those skills that would put me in a good place to break into a company in a cybersecurity role.
And when you get into cybersecurity, it's good to go wide, right? Study everything. What do you like most about cybersecurity? What's the most fun? For me, I went to the SOC, and in the SOC, I found that I liked the application vulnerabilities the best. I was like, oh, let me go research those tickets. Let me research those tickets. Well, that helped me learn what it was that I wanted to study. And if you're at home, you're taking those classes, what is it that makes you like, oh, I want to do this, right? Those are the areas. Even if you have two or three different paths, like you want to learn about GRC because you're doing something along those lines, you're in the medical field, you already do the policies and the checks and the auditing and stuff like that, and you just want to do that switch, right? You can build those pathways. There's things like CompTIA's road IT certificate roadmap that once you find those fun things, you can go take those entry level certifications, maybe two or three, and it's not instant. So cyber is broad, and you're not going to like everything, right? So it's all about, there's a lot of trial and error, but you get to pick and choose what it is that you like to do. What was the second part of your question?
That was it. I think you answered everything. Thanks, Christy.
You're welcome.
I guess for me, it's more like what can I do better to be able to make it past that resume and application stage? I feel like at the interview level, I'd do great. Is just trying to make it to the interview stage.
Right, very good question. So jobs are hard to find. And when you're looking for jobs, a lot of times the hiring manager actually has two or three candidates lined up before the job even goes live. So you want to network. Be at places like today. We're at Triangle InfoSecon, a large cybersecurity conference in Raleigh, North Carolina, where both these gentlemen next to me are volunteers. They're here getting visibility. They're being seen. There's hiring managers, CEOs, recruiters, tech people, vendors, everything. You name it, it's here. They're getting visibility. People are getting to know them. It's not necessarily who you know, but who knows you. Who did they help? Who are you going to come into contact with today or later this afternoon? That's going to help you reach that area. You might have a conversation that you didn't know was meaningful, and somebody was like, I'm going to take down your name, and when I have this opening that I know it's coming up in like 6 months, but I'm going to keep your name handy for when that comes on. And maybe if I see that you're that person that I'm tracking, I'll go to those cybersecurity events, like the monthly ISSA meetings here in Raleigh. And like those people I'm watching, I'm like, keeping an eye on, seeing what they're doing, seeing how they're progressing. Are they helping people with the knowledge that they already know? What are they doing to better themselves, to stand out? Are they doing labs? Are they teaching other? Are they writing reports and sharing about it? Do you have a portfolio? What kind of stuff can I see that separates you from somebody else? Right?
Yeah.
The other day, somebody sent me this website. It was awesome. The guy had like all this stuff. It was clickable drop downs. He had tags based on the skills for each of the jobs. I was like, this is a really cool resume. I've never seen one like it. And then people have GitHubs, GitLabs, right? They show how active you are in the community. If you're trying to become, get into application security, maybe you need to be writing that code and committing it, just practicing. And you can go to different like code learning sites and learn those different things, watch YouTube videos, and just post what it is that you're learning. So when you post what you're learning, it does a couple things. So one, it tells me you're motivated, you're a self-starter, right? And by posting, I get to see your analytic mindset. What was your thought process? How well can you write? All that stuff. For an example, I had a senior person apply to a role not too long ago, maybe 5-6 months ago, and his resume had no grammar in it whatsoever. It just wasn't lined up. Like I stopped. I didn't even let the resume go past the door because the writing was not there, and that told me that I would have to both teach the job and teach how to write. So those are some things that you want to keep an eye out on. Is show me what you can do. Don't just tell me, because everybody tells me the same thing, right? I can sit on a chair. Great. You sit on a chair better than the next person, So show me what you did. I want to know in your resume, what did you do? Give me a number. If you can give me a number. So you both worked the membership desk right here, right? About how many people came through that desk?
For my table, maybe just over 100.
100 people? How about yours?
200-ish for my table.
200-ish? So you could say something like, you manage the you manage the registration table at Triangle InfoSecon, admitting and overseeing 100 to 200 people coming through the door, assisting them with their cybersecurity needs. Right? And you could even go into more depth. So as the registration table, you have to be organized, you have to be prompt, you have to be friendly, you have to have soft skills. These are all desirable qualities, because in the old days, maybe you didn't need soft skills and you could hide behind a desk. That's not the case anymore. We have customers. Security is a service, and we have to attend to our customers. And if your customers like you, they're more likely to implement your security better, faster, and to the point. So you can use everything you do like this and add it to your resume. There's a site called TLHQ, and that's my favorite resume site because, one, it's free, and then two, it can help you figure out how to write those bullets. But tell me, what's the benefit of what you're doing? Don't just tell me that you sat on the chair. You sat on the chair because it allowed you to be front facing for a period of 8 hours a day or something. Like, why did you do that? What made it important? So tweaking those resumes to tell me what was the risk that you had, what was the benefit. That's gonna help me as a hiring manager see that you understand why it is that you're doing. So those are some key tweaks that I would do for that. What other questions do you have about the resume?
I don't think I have much more. I feel like that really did cover it and hit the nail on the head.
Awesome. Thank you. How about you?
What stood out from the last person you hired?
So
were involved in hiring.
The last person that I hired had energy, a lot of energy, and I could tell that she wanted the position. Two, she prepared for the position. She has a goal in mind. Like, she knows what she wants to do. She knows how she's going to get it. And even though she doesn't necessarily have experience in exactly what we're doing, her other jobs built the skills, the baselines that she needs in order to be successful in this program. And and she's a self-starter. Like, I can tell based on the things that she's done that she's a self-starter, and that's what I need. I love to bring in people who help themselves, because if you're helping yourself, then my little tweaks, I'm like, hey, maybe you can do this a little bit better, or maybe you can do this like this, right? That's going to propel you to the next level. And as a manager, it's my job to make you succeed. If I can't make you succeed, then then I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But yes, that's
Thank you.
that's what it is. Any other questions?
Good.
All right.
Looking forward to working on the tips you gave, and hopefully in a few months I should have some good news.
Yes, I'm looking forward. Make sure you let me know how everything went. Same with you.
Absolutely.
And let's do this together. Cybersecurity is fun. It changes. You're always doing something new, and I love to help people get into cybersecurity. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you at the next one. And have a wonderful day.